everybody. We are coming to you live from 40 miles or something outside of Columbus. Almost there. On our way to the game tonight. Gonna have to kick some ass from Mexico. We are getting close to. We're gonna stop. I think check out the US Soccer store since they have something special in town. Maybe also check out this homage store that has a cool Dos Acero t-shirt. Not to sell things for somebody, but
if you're thinking of buying that, cool. Don't buy it. I want it.
They do look cool. So we'll try that. Then we'll hit up the tailgate. I'm sure 4th Street will be going crazy. Hopefully there'll be some good interactions and we get to harass some Mexicans in a way that
everybody feels comfortable with.
Apparently, yes. Okay. Drive up the atmosphere, keep everything crazy, and have some fun.
Yeah, I think here's our advice on how to handle the whole tension in the air thing. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a racist. Just be cool and act normal.
Act like everything was last week.
Act like you're at a US-Mexico soccer game. I think you'll be fine.
No bags of urine?
Yeah, don't
no
throw...
bags of urine. I think that's mainly for the Mexicans in the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, though, for Steven, it might be good for him to experience a bag of urine, or...
You know what? As long as I'm throwing it, I'm fine.
Good answer.
Or a D battery, you know? Like, it's a rite of passage, almost.
As long as it's decharged. You know, a charged battery, I don't want to deal with.
Did you have trash thrown on you? No? Oh, you weren't at a US-Mexico match then. Yeah, so we're going to the store. And then we're going to probably drop by our hotel and then figure out how cold it is and figure out how we want to dress. It's like the one good thing about these winter qualifiers is that, you know, your scarf is more than just decorative. It's actually functional at this point. It, you know, keeps you warm and displays your colors. Kind of like the old days in England when they started wearing scarves. But here's what I'm wondering. Oh, hi.
Camera has decided to come on blue.
To actually drive the car here.
Yeah, probably.
Here's what I'm wondering. I looked at this Mexican roster. It's not bad. We've talked about this week on the website what we think they're going to try to do. What scares you about this team? What could go wrong here? And I think that we both agree the biggest thing that could go wrong is an early goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's really, I think, going to set the tone for the game is the first 20 minutes. You know Mexico's going to come out strong. They always try to, especially in Columbus, because if they don't score in the first 20 to 25 minutes, they know they're not going to. What I guess really scares me is that this is probably their best lineup they've had in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's playing well. At least all the players that they want to play well. It's not like just a few years ago when Carlos Vela and Gio dos Santos and all these guys who were supposed to be phenomenal and were all going to be their golden generation weren't. They weren't living up to the hype. Guardado isn't hurt. That's always huge for them.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Layun is playing well right now, and I think will almost certainly probably be Pulisic
lined up against Pulisic and Fabian.
So that's probably going to put a big challenge on a young kid, and especially when it looks like they don't have a real dearth of defensive players, so they're almost certainly going to have, I would guess, 5 in the midfield or something. They're going to try and take as much control away from Bradley and Kleshton. So then you have to assume that creativity and things are going to get pushed on Pulisic, and who's going to make up for that? Can he step up to that? Can he overcome Layun's challenges? So I think that's a long way of saying that what scares me, what makes me wonder what will happen, is really the quality that Mexico's brought this time.
Yeah, I think as far as Pulisic goes, I think with a normal player of that age, you would kind of worry that if he doesn't get off to a good start, that he might get inside his own head and feel the pressure of being Christian Pulisic. But that kid strikes me as somebody who doesn't feel that way. He just feels like he belongs, and you kind of see that when he's on the field for Dortmund. So I'm most excited about watching him tonight, and I can't wait to see what happens if what if he scores a brace tonight? Like, you think the hype train's out of control now?
Talk about going down in history. I mean, I do remember in March when he finally got onto the field, even just when he started warming up, people were already chanting his name, even before most of us really knew how to pronounce it. Like, we were all questioning, is it Pulisic, Pulisic, Pulisic? I remember talking about it in the stands, but everyone had already started chanting his name, even just with him warming up, and people started going nuts. Like, everybody kind of knew who he was. Started going nuts when it became clear he was going to come in. To see that 6 months later he's suddenly a star and has the potential to be like our greatest player ever or something, it's exciting. It's something that really probably since 2000 or so, maybe 2002 in Korea with Donovan and like Beasley and John O'Brien and stuff. That was like the last time I think where there was such youth and they were so excited, or something to be so excited about. But we didn't have this kind of following. It was mainly a small group of us who followed U.S. soccer at that time. So there's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot to be maybe a little bit concerned about with Mexico, but it should be exciting, and hopefully this lives up to the hype of U.S. Mexico. I mean, I've never been let down by these games before, especially in Columbus. There always seems to be something crazy that happens. If you haven't visited our website, USfanTV, go check out the stories, because we have our tales from the previous ones. They're funny, they're crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts to see what happens.
Happen.
Yeah,
like, he did shots on Telemundo with a dude in a lucha libre mask.
I will stand for my country.
I got bled on by a guy whose head exploded right next to me because he fell down, like, I don't know, 8 rows or something, and his forehead broke his fall on the back of a metal bleacher.
That was gross.
It was pretty gross. So we gotta wonder what's gonna happen today, and I hope something does, because that's what makes these things fun. I don't really want to get blood all over me again. Not the coolest thing, but I'll do what I have to do for my country. What about, do we worry, and he hasn't lately, I gotta give him credit, especially over the Copa America, but do we worry that Jurgen's gonna pull a Jurgen and Jermaine's gonna be playing forward or something tonight? Like, I'm
a little concerned that he might come in and be the second center back.
Which isn't the worst, but I'd rather an actual center back do that instead of...
I don't think the experiments have gone well when he's done it, and on top of it, he isn't... He's not the future of the position. I mean, clearly we have guys who are going to be playing. He's almost certainly going to be retired, at least internationally by then. So, to have to try and face that, or to play him, and then face the fact that you've got these guys on the bench who could be using this as experience and then won't be there, but yet you have to turn to them in another year or a year and a half when it comes to the World Cup and it really matters. This is when you got to give those guys the chance.
And like I said, I would love a scenario in which we get to use our third sub on somebody like Gooch or Carter Vickers and make sure they get cap-tied, because that would mean that we've done the business to Mexico and the game's well in hand. I don't know that that'll be the case. I don't really think that'll be the case, but
2016, the year of madness.
Everything bizarre has to happen this year.
Why shouldn't the bizarre thing, the crazy thing, the bit of madness here be that, I don't know, the U.S. scores 5 or goes the mighty Ocho us at
yeah, we are what, 30 minutes outside of Columbus now? I can taste it. I'm so sick of being in this car.
I just thought it was the natural smell.
There's a giant American flag. You can't see it, but it's right over there. That thing is representing, and it's one of those that's like
freedom rings.
It's one of those that's like 15 feet too long.
Yeah, right next to Waffle House. Perfect.
Next to the Waffle House. That's beautiful.
Nothing says America like a giant flag in a Waffle House.
There you go.
right, so we will talk to you guys from 4th Street or from the parking lot or from the, I don't know, from the match itself.
When I get all suited up, you can look for the Stars suit. I've got my Stars shoes and my striped socks on, so we will be good to go. We'll see you all in a little bit.
Later.